Hello YouTube, I'm going to be doing my second video today, and I'm going to be working on my RC cars, not my dirt bike or anything else that I'm going to be normally doing. My RC car that I have is a Redcat Racing Gen 8 V2. It had an international body on it, but I switched the body to a Proline Ford F100 body. I'm going to go ahead and take you over there and start the video. Okay, here's the RC car that I was talking about. It's my RC crawler that I have. I have another one that is down here. It's in pieces right now. Here's the international body that was on it. I took it off and replaced it with the body that's on it. That body originally came on it, and right now I have it for all these parts for an Axial SCX 10. And I have the axles for it. I do have I'm gonna build a frame mounted servo instead of the axle mounted servo. Those break easy. That is a custom mount. That's not any normal mount. And I'm putting a normal transmission on it because that's the only thing I have. And on this one up here, I've changed the body to this body. I put these little clips in it so that the body doesn't fall off when I roll it. And those have helped major time. It is a little dirty. These are the batteries that I run. I just have them strapped in. This is a 3S battery that I'm running right now. And I still have the stock Redcat system on it. Redcat straps. Here's those little clips that I custom made that goes to the body. I put 4 on it. And I do have a light kit all the way around for it. I'm going to go ahead and put the battery back in it to show you all that. When I plug the battery in, this is kind of hard to do one-handed. Oh, the switch is on. Hang on. I'm trying to do this one-handed. And I'll put you down so I gotta use 2 hands. Okay, there we go. And here's the light kit that I have. I have 10 lights in the front, 9 lights in the back, 5 lights going underglow, 4 lights shining backwards in the back, 6 lights shining in the front forward. I do not know if you can see that last light over there. Yep. This light decided to go out for some reason. And then 4 underglow right there in front of the steering server for this. And I put a cooling system on it. I have a 2-speed transmission set in it. There's the servo I'm using for the 2-speed transmission. And what I'm going to be putting on it in this video is going to be this sound kit I put on it. Never put one on before. And I'm going to try it out, but do not know how it's going to go. And I'm going to try to fix this wobble, because the tires will stay still and then the frame will wobble. I'm going to put it to a single tire instead of dually, because the dually makes it too much weight and it slides down hills more. So I don't really know where to start. I guess I'm going to go ahead and start taking this out the package. So let me go ahead and do that. When you take it out the package, it comes with directions, these sticky things so you could hold it down, 1 speaker, wires, this double wire so you can plug it in to channel 2 and then plug your ENC into it. This plugs into your receiver at channel 2. One of these plugs into your ENC. And one of these plugs into this wire to run your sound kit. So first things first, I'm going to go and disconnect the battery. I think I can do that one-handed. Yeah, I need my second hand. There we go. Take the battery out. Set that to the side. I do not know where I'm going to put this on here somewhere. I'm kind of tight on room because this battery tray takes up the entire thing. There's not very much room over there. There's not enough room to put that. First see how much wire I do have before I try to put anything on anywhere. There we go. That's off. Go ahead and throw it away. Look how much wire do I get? So I do have enough wire to run it up to these posts up here if I wanted to. So I could run it up to both those posts. Then the only thing is, when the body comes down, the Velcro is there, and there's where the Velcro connects to. And that Velcro is already almost touching the body. And that sticks way above the Velcro. So I'm going to have to cut a massive hole in the bed of it, and I don't want to do that. The hole in the windshield of it is so I can reach those clips. Need that hole. I do not want to put any more holes in it. Another option is I could stick this up under this. Have to remove one of my lights though. Well, no, it won't even fit. So that I don't even think that's an option. Well, yeah, it will fit if I do it like that. And then this one, do the same thing with this one up here. Then we have this random wire floating up on top. So I guess first things first, see how it even functions. Put everything up here. Track down my wire that runs from the ENC right there that plugs into channel 2. That's right there. I'm running a Dombong remote. I think that's how you pronounce it. And a receiver in it, because I just love their system. I do not know if that's the best system, but that's the best cheap system that I know of. The Red Cat system was okay, but I just didn't have enough channels. I needed more channels so I could run my 2-speed transmission. That was the problem I had. So what you do, because you plug it into channel 2, for those of y'all that do not know, you match these wires up right there, plug it in. Again, everything's difficult to do one-handed, because I do not quite yet have any mounts or anything. So I'm going to have to try to do everything one-handed. Make sure you line the black and the white, and then the red up. There we go. Plugged in. And then you plug this into here. Make sure you line those wires up. White to white, and black to black, and red to red. Or white to white, red to red. You gotta match the colors. I'm gonna have to set this down. I cannot plug this one in one-handed. I'll pick you back up in just a second. There we go, that wire's plugged in. Nothing's permanently mounted or anything. Do need to get my battery just thrown in here somewhere so I can run the system. Do I have to be plugged up to run the system? And it's gonna be a little tricky to plug this in one-handed. I do love these T-plugs just because they're my favorite plug out of 2 different plugs I've ever used. That's not all the way plugged in. Obviously, if I wasn't doing one-handed, I could plug it in all the way. And I'm going to put it up on the lift that I have. I need to get the lift up high enough just so it'll actually lift the RC car up. Okay. The reason why I'm lifting the RC car up is so I can test if the sound kit works. So turn this on. Oh wow. I do not know if I like that one sound, but does it work? Now I need to fix my lift. I'm going to shut that off for a second. Alright, I do know that there is different settings I can use for it. I'll have to change that in just a second, but because it makes car sounds, it makes truck sounds, it makes V10 sounds, it makes big truck sounds, or 18-wheeler sounds. Depends on what you want to say. Turn it back on. Still dragging the ground on the back. Okay, I do not think I'm dragging the ground anywhere. I am somewhere. Oh, it's my drive shaft dragging. It's not tires, so that's what's sliding me. I can obviously unplug these wires, which I may unplug the motor wires so the motor doesn't just drive. Or I could shift it into neutral since I have the 2-speed transmission. I may just shift it into neutral. Okay, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go and shift it in neutral with one of my levers. I don't know why that sounds like that, but it does. I do have a 45 kg steering server on it. Come on, servo. Find a neutral gear. There is a button somewhere on here I heard. Okay. It's a volume button. That is loud. I do not know which one I'm going to run quite yet because there's several different options. So while I'm thinking about which one I'm going to run, I'm going to go ahead and change the tires over to single tires instead of dualies, which I need a pair of cutters. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and go get them. Couldn't find any cutters, but I do have a pocket knife. Pocket knife will work just fine because all it is just zip ties holding the tires on. And I'm going to have to use 2 hands to do that, to hold the tire still while I'm cutting it. But it's just a cut there, for every single tire. That's all that holds the second tire on. Then I'll take these screws out when I cut those, to where then there's not going to be a cap here, so I can put these tires on it when it's done. Okay, so I got all 4 tires off, and those are the tires that are on it right now. I do personally love the black rims better than those, but there is some advantages. That's just my preference. This is just my preference. There is advantages to having dualies, but because you're wider and you're heavier, so going through mud, you have a big advantage. Rock crawling, you have a bigger advantage, but that puts more pressure on your steering server, so sometimes your steering server does not turn, and it could wear your steering server out, and also that can glitch out your electronics, depending on the electronics you have. Mine lag a little bit, when I do that, and when it gets introduced to water with dollies on it, but that's just what mine does. I do not know if I did it wrong. Probably zip tying them together is not the best strategy, but I do not know which tire I like better. These tires have foam inserts. These have rubber inserts. Those tires are heavier, but these tires are taller. And these are rock tires. These are not mud tires. So, do not really know which one I like more. I do think I would prefer to have the black rims because looks wise, the 2-speed transmission I would say helps out dramatic amount. It helps out because when you need to bounce over rocks or obstacles, you need that high gear. If you want to go slow, you need that low gear. So let's get back to the sound kit. The switches is this to adjust the different sounds. When I turn it on, connect it to the remote. This knob is a sound knob. Make it louder or quieter. Right now it's as quiet as it goes. And this button changes what car it is. Now obviously when you wire it up correctly, when you hit the trigger, alright, I do not know if I like that. Here we go. What about this? Okay. I do not know which one I like the best. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There seems like there's 7 different settings. I do not know which one I want. Though there is only 1 speaker, which is kind of a bad thing. I was hoping it would come with 2, but it comes with only 1. But that is a big speaker. So, and this is on its quietest setting, so it does get loud. And on the body, it'll also be even louder. And I'm still not quite done with it yet. I will have a fan coming for the motor that looks like a real engine that I also bought off Amazon, along with everything else I bought for it, except for the body I got from Hobbytown. But I don't know. I don't know which sound kit I like the best. I do not think I like that sound kit better. What about this one? Don't know about that sound kit neither. Hang on. They sound like cars, even though it says car. That one sounds like a truck, kind of. Okay. What about that? I think I'll stick with that one. But I still am having the same issue of not knowing where to mount any of this. And I'll obviously have to tie up all these wires when I'm done. When I get done. Changing the tires are going to be the easiest thing, so I'll do that last. it does have, it does come with these things, so I can stick it to wherever I want to stick it to. I just do not know where that's going to be. I want it somewhere up high, because I do not think this kit's waterproof. It does not look waterproof at all. I know speakers are not waterproof. So, I want to stick it up somewhere high, because I do go creek riding in these quite a bit. So, I would like it to be up here, but you said the issue with that is I have to cut a hole in the body. I do not know why I keep aiming down for some reason. That would be a pretty easy mount, though. Just strap it right there. Obviously, I'll have to remove this light right here without cutting the wire. Perfect. Because this is a light. I do not want to ruin the light. But I do want these to go up here. And I do not know if I want this in the back and that up front. I would think that, because generally the engine noises do come from the engine. But with me having a realistic engine look in there, I do want the smaller profile one up there, probably. I do not quite know. This back here does stick really good without any stickers. Without any stick thing. Then all I have to do is just throw this one up here, which could be a bigger issue than it should be because of wires in my way. But the only problem is I cannot get to that button down in there. And I'll need to get down to the button because obviously to change the settings I'll need that button. So I may do that, or I could just throw, well no, it won't go in that way because that wire's not long enough. Alright, wait, that wire is plenty long, hang on. Yeah, that wire should be plenty long to reach. Hang on, I do think I can do this. Just need to get the motor wires out of my way. Perfect. I do think that's going to be the best fit for both of them. And when I turn it on, it still all comes. On. One of my wires are loose because I'm hitting the... Oh, the remote's not on, hang on. I was about to say one of my wires are loose because I'm hitting the gas and nothing's working. And no, I do not run sway bars. Or in this, I'm not running a sway bar as of the second. So it does sway all over the place, but... There we go. I think that's going to be good. Now I just need to connect everything. I may also remove that sticker. Or that wrap thing. So I'm going to have to do that when I get off. Because I'll need two hands. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Stick these there and there. And then bring it back. There we go. I ended up running this up here. Putting that stuff on it. Running you there. Putting this stuff on it. And now I can get to these buttons. I do think you possibly are able to screw it in. But it's on there and it works. So it's a little loud, but yep, that works. That sounds pretty good. Like for a cheaper sound kit, that works pretty good. Then that's pretty high up. That's the highest spot I can put it without having to cut a hole through the body. So I do think that's going to work out great. Depends on how these look. I may not even change the rims, honestly. And this video is getting kind of long. It doesn't look too bad, but for some reason, I do think the black looks better with the red body than a silver. But I don't know. That may be a different video because I don't want this video to be too long. Like I did say earlier, this Axial SCX10 is going to be in another video sometime in the future. And I'm going to be running this motor in it, this transmission, this transfer case, and these axles in it. I do not know where the second one is. I'll have to find it. And this is my oldest system that I'm going to be running in it, just because I do not have another system for it. Very cheap system, waterproof. It's lasted me a long time. So I recommend it so far, even though I've only had like 3 systems for these RC cars. System that's in this Red Cat system, also works amazing. Notice fan does not come with it. I bought the fan for it. And that motor also works great. It has great torque, has power and everything else. But I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, it really helps.